Kody and Robyn, they got engaged and everything, and I thought, oh, that's nice, they're engaged now, so now it's more official. Like a month later, I found out that Cody's still the engagement with a kiss, and I freaked. We didn't kiss until over the altar, because I didn't feel right about kissing a married man. And so to me, the fact that he had kissed Robyn it was devastating.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. Hit the subscribe button and give the episode a thumbs up. Christine explains to the cameras that she had asked Kody to assist her, and he simply flat out refused. No question, no reason, just no. Cue production editing directly to Robyn reclining on the couch gravely detailing how Kody's just so busy. We then get a bit of a montage of Kody playing happy family with Robyn and her children like a reel of favoritism. It all culminates with Robyn stating, "That's why I had childcare assistance," as a picture of her, the kids, and Mykelti flashes on the screen. Yeah, Mykelti, Christine's daughter. It's verging on subtle. Almost. The producers have been leaving breadcrumbs the entire time, low-key revealing the truth through these photo montages. Mykelti wasn't assisting, she was childcare, not an in-law pitching in. Childcare. And meanwhile Christine, she was out here raising 12 children, 13, including really pregnant with a high-risk baby, working nights, and still managing to keep everyone alive. And Robyn, she couldn't even mother 3 children while not working, not pregnant, and not in the same state as Christine because she borrowed Christine's daughter to assist. Seriously, Robyn couldn't mother without subcontracting one of Christine's children, while Christine was doing it all solo on hard mode. And let's not forget Christine also gardened, canned, and made their hamburger buns from scratch. She didn't need help because parenting is hard. She didn't get help because she didn't have the luxury of being lazy. Back in the day, moms raised a dozen kids, cooked every meal, made their own clothes, kept the house clean, and somehow survived. Christine essentially did that. Robyn couldn't cut it with 3 and a support system. Let's get real, Robyn wouldn't have even had Mykelti assisting if Christine hadn't raised her right. Robyn's been sucking the family's resources dry since day one while acting dumb. And yet she'll still stare the camera dead in the eye looking confused when people speak about favoritism. Girl, please. We have so much to get into today, so we're not gonna waste any time. Let's dive right in. Hi everybody, what's up? It's Elena here and welcome back to my channel, Reality Nexus X. That's what Kody told Robyn. Not "I miss my children," but rather the love that they gave him. Translation: he misses the pedestal that they used to put him on. Old-fashioned Kody, he and Robyn adore speaking in hazy sweeping cliches, the family experience, the holiday spirit. Never once do they say they miss real people. You feel as if they don't spend time with their kids or sister wives as individuals, merely background extras in the soap opera of their existence. Mary, to her credit, was not fooled by any of it and called their bluff in grand style. She volunteered to have the big family Christmas, which Robyn always said she wished for. She flat asked Robyn why she never phones, why she doesn't let Mary in. Robyn's reply: radio silence. Mary even arrived coatless in below freezing temperatures and wasn't even permitted to come in. Mary hung in for years to demonstrate a point that regardless of how much effort a wife puts in, Kody is never going to step up. She let the cameras in when he finally materialized 2 weeks after Leon departed in order to expose the truth. He doesn't talk, he doesn't arrive, he doesn't even go through motions of trying. It became apparent by pain Kody and Robyn don't truly desire the dreams they constantly discuss. Even if someone gift wraps it and gives it to them with a bow, they won't take that last step. They'd much rather lie down an inch from the end of the line and bemoan that someone is holding them back from crossing it. So now the question is whether Kody is finally regretting blowing up his whole family for Robyn. Fans have been picking up on something in the latest episode. A flicker of confusion, maybe even hurt. He seems genuinely baffled. Like, wait, wasn't this what Robyn wanted, just us? And yet here she is still crying. Meanwhile the family he once ruled like a king gone. And all that's left is the echo of his own self-inflicted isolation. Kody's arranged kids in perfect blame yourself if I don't love you Oakview. Be lovable if you don't want to be controlled. Janelle was literally savage this episode. I loved her comment about Robyn controlling Kody. You know she knew it would drive those two crazy, especially because Kody and Robyn always say no one controls him and he's the head of the family. Classic gotcha moment from Janelle. And then Kody proceeds to confess that Robyn forced him to tough it out with Mary, telling him if it were not for her he would have broken up with her sooner. Janelle just couldn't help but turn the knife a little bit deeper. I bet Kody was silently seething, perhaps even belatedly realizing, surprise, he's really controlled by his shy, pretty wife. Janelle was totally on fire. Her response, "I don't think anyone is really thinking about Kody and Robyn," was just excellent. Too bad, so sad. It's rich how Kody and Robyn continue to shoot themselves in the foot. But only this season have other ex-wives gotten brave enough to call them out for it. I seriously doubt any future host at the inevitable tell-all will bring that same fire. But for now, it's a delight to see Janelle land those biting jabs whenever she can. She knows just how to get under Kody's skin. After all, he's been doing it to her for decades. Tit for tat, Kody. Your ex-wives don't have to keep your secrets anymore. Ain't that just fabulous? Honestly, I'm hoping they do another episode where they rewatch the season back like they did last year. Kody and Robyn would be absolutely apoplectic. What a lot of people miss about this show and why I actually find it compelling is that so much of the drama with the OG3 is down to classic late 4s early 50s woman stuff. I didn't understand until I reached this age myself, but man, it feels so satisfying to put yourself and your ride or dies first and just not care about everything else. Most of us are savage now and honestly it feels great. So I caught a flyby clip of my Kelty defending Kody over that whole quilt drama, and wow, talk about selective hearing. Seriously, do you think my Kelty and Kody kiss and make up, or is she just so blinded by her hatred of Meri that she's willing to call Meri petty for cutting up the quilt? Because let's be real, I'm no Tummy fan. But he actually made the most sense here. Meri wanted her own fabrics from the quilt so she gave Kody his pieces, not the entire thing. My Kelty. Apparently that idea went right over her head. She's essentially talking out of her well-you-know. Then she claims Meri's list of who wanted what was doctored. Except in the last episode both Meri and Kody verified it. But of course Milty is an expert at everything now, just like her dad. Here's the kicker. Why would my Kelty even be aware of the list? It's not like her parents informed her of it. So naturally she thinks it never existed. Classic case of if I don't know about it, it's not real. Oh, and her bias, it's as clear as day and she proudly owns it until her dad displays any affection towards Meri, then suddenly she's butthurt. And when caught in error she doubles back like it's an Olympic event. She saw that clip and said, oh, Meri's so petty for dissecting the quilt. And then she actually watched the scene where Kody confesses he requested the shirts and Meri says, hey, it's on the quilt. So it wasn't some arbitrary snarky action on Meri's part. She had motive. Rather than fine, my fault. Dad's the petty one for bringing up old drama no one's given a thought to in 20 plus years. My Kelty went hard out on Meri hate classic. Oh, Robyn and her fixation on the so-called core family, which if you didn't pick up on means just the kids still living at home under her roof. Her statement that other wives are concerned about their adult children more than this core obviously indicates she's not able to view things from anybody else's point of view. Seriously, in what world would Christine and Janelle choose holidays with just Di, Sybil, Truly, Savannah and Dabsark? While Kody's too busy being a nightmare and not celebrating with 13 kids, a group of grandbabies and no drama, would Robyn ever go away at Christmas from her biological children just to hang out with more of the other children? No way. She always chooses her own children. And sure, that's not a crime, but it's hilarious that she expects everyone else to treat her brood like the core family. Maybe by core she really means the family that lives in Flagstaff, though that conveniently excludes a ton of kids who didn't move away. Funny how the parents moved away and suddenly the kids aren't core anymore. Think of being 20 and living a couple hours from your parents and siblings and then suddenly one parent says you're no longer included as part of the core family. For a woman who loves to refer to herself as an empath, Robyn has absolutely no empathy for anyone other than perhaps Dab's storyline. This was by far the most revealing moment of the episode. Calling only the ones in Flagstaff or still living at home the core family is not only selfish, it's downright disrespectful to all of the adult children. It also exposes Robyn and Kody's asinine expectations that Christine and Janelle need to forgo seeing their adult children and grandchildren just to celebrate holidays with Robyn and her little entourage. Come on, give me a break. And that's the kicker. Robyn's grown-up daughters reside there with her and Kody, and her supposedly independent college-educated son is lounging in an RV on the property. So of course she can lay down these ridiculous stipulations on others without ever having to give up her own comfort. Bottom line, Robyn doesn't really care where anyone spends their actual holidays. She's just bitter because the other wives now video Christmas without her. It was so much simpler when she could rely on them to get all the filming done, arrive at someone else's immaculate home with a jar of all lives and be done for the day. Now, however, the nanny is doing triple duty, cooking, cleaning and babysitting, and Robyn is actually having to host and film her own scenes. This was not at all the future she had envisioned. Oh, so the new plan is to keep in touch with the kids who moved away. Wow, revolutionary. Like, regular parents who actually make an effort to stay in touch with their kids when they're not within a few feet of them. Imagine having to exert a little extra energy to keep someone in your life. What a principle. And lo and behold, those kids who moved away, they've got kids of their own now. So I guess the plan was to concentrate on the grandkids. Astonishing, isn't it? But naturally Robyn just has to be the center of this universe. How selfish of her. I could have enjoyed listening to her fantastic interpretation of what they should have been concentrating on, as she's clearly the all-knowing expert, or perhaps why what they were doing was so incorrect, as she seems to know everything. Honestly, who does she think she is, criticizing people who just want to spend time with their kids and grandkids? Is her logic that once the kids move out, parents should just stop caring? Is that why her own overripened tenders, seriously that's hilarious, are still stuck at home? In her opinion, those poor women are just supposed to wander aimlessly like specters in their own houses, hoping for the remote possibility that their tang husband will deign to stop by, or perhaps be invited to a fire pit screaming match every once in a while, every full moon. Preposterous. No wonder Robyn doesn't have friends. Hood don't want to hang around that energy. Therefore I'm watching season 8 episode 3 again. Yeah, the one where Christine completely flips out over Kody's buddy tagging along on vacation. Christine didn't want the man present because he was shading polygamy, which really does sound rather sensible, but no. Rather than supporting her, the show acts as though she's the bad guy. Christine is straight up gaslit into apologizing for having an opinion because heaven forbid a wife can speak her mind. Then Kody, Mr. Peacemaker, insists they pray with the family because that solves all problems. And afterward he drags her aside like she's some fragile doll he needs to protect from public embarrassment. Meanwhile she's way calmer than I ever could be in that mess. By the end, Christine is so convinced she's the one in the wrong just for speaking up. Seriously, can we all agree she got the absolute worst treatment of any wife on this entire show? Oh, and don't forget Janelle's maneuver here. She makes a seemingly innocuous suggestion that they all just hang out with Ken, Christine's glaring Achilles heel, then sits back and enjoys the fireworks. Backstabber move classic. That wasn't Kody's suggestion. It was Janelle who did it. Unpopular opinion alert. Janelle came close to Christine only because her own children flocked to Christine. Gabe summed it up perfectly. Christine was our main caregiver. So yeah, that friendship had an agenda. Honestly, how they managed to become pregnant so many times is beyond me. And I'm fairly certain this has been debated to death already. Nevertheless, it amazes me that they all managed to produce so many children. Regardless of how fertile you perceive yourself to be, there are only a few days a month when conception is even remotely feasible. So how did he time it right with all of his wives when he's seeing 3 or 4 homes every evening? That equates to, sure enough, he's likely supposed to perform as the clock strikes every single evening. No downtime, no chill nights. For the record, I am not pitying him. I'm just saying that's a lot. I just had my 3rd and last baby. And let me tell you, even in a monogamous relationship, attempting to time sex exactly right in order to conceive isn't really a stroll in the park or a barrel of laughs. So all of this, it's sort of a crazy accomplishment. If I recall, there was a season where one of the wives in particular was trying to get pregnant. They took turns with the other wife and she received extra nights with Kody. It was a brief mention, so perhaps I'm recalling it wrong. But I'm certain it occurred. My speculation, Kody likely brags about being some sort of hyper-masculine stud. So this whole working thing isn't really work for him. And besides, with the wives flat out monitoring their cycles like hawks, the timing probably wasn't quite as far-fetched as all this. Does Kody truly have an attraction to plus-sized women? Then, as per the show, yes, he apparently prefers them curvy and all, but truthfully I don't believe it. It all seems like Kody and Robyn fabricated that one just to minimize how hopelessly into Robyn he truly is. You know, to keep her from feeling too special. Remember that episode where Robyn had those custom t-shirts made for the group? She accidentally ordered Janelle's too small. Classic move. But since it was too late to swap, Janelle just rocked it anyway. And boom, the shirt hugged every inch of her hard glass figure. Suddenly everyone was losing their minds over how amazing and curvy she looked. And Kody, oh, he wasn't subtle at all, eyeing her up and down like she was a last slice of pizza. Poor Robyn, obviously not happy. Come on. Mary was rail thin when she married Kody, and spotless. He pretty much referred to her as chubby in the worst way possible, saying she was less pretty. So perhaps, just perhaps, Robyn had this notion stuck in her brain that Kody likes big women because the first 3 wives were not as skinny as her. Like she needed to believe that to feel special and reassure herself it wasn't all in her brain. This is the twist. Kody has the thin versus curvy game down to a science. He tells the thin wives that he likes curvy women. And he informs the voluptuous wives that he adores skinny girls. Its brilliance in a perverse manner makes everyone feel a little insecure and thankful for his affection regardless of how they look. In the meantime, the wives are busy fixating on their supposed faults to notice what a middle-of-the-road, mentally challenged, insecure, misogynistic prick he really is. Oh, and Janelle, she's the only ex Kody's ever tried making up with again. Go figure. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to like that button and subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care and lots of love to you all.